Alright, first off, I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the elders of Jamaica, Great Millstone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways, preaching this word in sincerity and in truth. Now, it's a brother Iram from the Jamaica camp, Jamaica intellect once more, and basically, just go through a small breakdown on basically NATO or the wine, the democracy, the cup of our nation basically, where the all at a swing. Now, we do a previous breakdown my name the devil's devices, laws and policies, and in that breakdown basically go through how Jamaica and the UN have a development project, and basically in that the UN have ties to all different sectors of the government, as in the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Youth and Education, Youth and Culture, Ministry of Security, so on and so forth. And basically we just have to show one of the things them when them introduced, because me already in another video them show you say them go for tolerance, acceptance, human rights, female rights, all them things that defend gays, women and children, basically, and are going apart a sustained development. Now this are the latest thing where basically it kinda sickening, not even kinda, it's sickening, right? Now this is the Jamaica Observer, and it says JFJ pleads innocence. The rights group says it was unaware of content of sex education program. So basically this are going to one sex education program where them implement in a children homes. Now they never put it in the public schools and things like that, or private schools. They put it in a public homes, because based off of how we see it, it's like them do a test run. So we'll go and see continue reading. Say human rights group Jamaicans for Justice, JFJ, are coming under sustained fire from various sectors of society for an inappropriate sex education pilot program targeting wards of state in 6 children's homes, as admitted that it blundered badly. JFJ had begun teaching children under its Health, Sexual Growth and Development in Marginalizing Youth, Rights, Responsibilities and Life Skills program, but has been harshly criticized after it was discovered that the curriculum was laced with age-inappropriate oral and vaginal The curriculum was laced with age-inappropriate oral, anal, and vaginal penetration lessons under the guise of tolerance. So basically in the children's homes, they basically have a sex program or a lifestyle program where highlight oral sex, anal sex, and vaginal sex basically, right? Now when I really look on this, you have them children, when we have children where basically 12 years through to 18. Them consider 12-year-old for the children same way, but in some state homes, we know you have children children younger than that. And basically when them do them, basically them not tell them say they don't know how this program reached to, but we know how it reached to through the UN. Because them give them the curriculum here to work with under them tolerance call, because they say oral, anal and vaginal penetration lessons under the guise of tolerance. Now why the hell you go and teach that? Because what? The beast are pushing wine, are push the wine, the democracy, the abominations, them are force that with the children them. Basically them are create little Sodom, They said the pilot program was done in May 2014 without the knowledge of Child Development Agency, which has direct responsibility for children homes. Now the Child Development Agency, I say, they never aware of all of this and yada yada, but we find that highly unlikely, Basically them just don't want to tell the people them say a UN do it, because when tell the people say them do it under the guise of the UN, and them hand get forced, they must say why your hand get forced. Because what? We owe debt, and basically if we don't do them things, we will default on our debt, and basically the country basically will get fucked. But they don't want to tell the people them that because that will spark unrest and all of that. So them basically protect the so-called white man to protect themselves. And them do it at the cost of the children, you know. So if you show the devil what Esau is, he basically find all form of avenue for pushing wicked agenda. He said yesterday JFJ's board of directors issued a statement saying that the organization accepts full and unconditional responsibility for not venting the program content and its release. JFJ implemented the program in partnership with Jamaica Family Planning Association. See, that one next sector, yo. That a part of one next sector which the UN have an inner under them development UN Jamaica development project. So which it said was unaware of the inconclusion of the controversial material. Lies. It said the breakdown in the content of the material is reportedly the work of Caribbean Vulnerable Communities Coalition, a group which provides services to homosexuals, sex workers, people who use drugs, orphans, and other children made vulnerable by HIV, migrant populations, and ex-prisoners. Now, why I go want to teach children about homosexuality, yo? And how much of them group them children are from orphans and basically kids having HIV? What other category them fall in as pertaining to this program? Because it's the homosexual, sex workers, people who use drugs, orphans or other children made vulnerable by HIV, migrants, populations, and ex-prisoners. More that this would have more for adult let me say now adult basically adult group. That's what the program would have more fit for. So them could have teach them adult group and leave the children out there, but that's not it. They want condition the children mind basically do them thing here, yo. So then basically expose them to it. They say we apologize to our other stakeholders for not first clearing with them the program content prior to its release. JFJ acknowledged that a breakdown in the usual scrupulous in-house venting regime occurred. He said JFJ wishes to assure the public and its stakeholders that immediate safeguards have been reinstituted to mitigate against any reoccurrence of the kind, the rights group said in its statement. But then basically said them do this under the guise of tolerance. So basically it never really never know about education or development of the children or not like that, or even the community. I just push out the guys say, look, we're supposed to accept gays. We're supposed to if you want choose any one of them lifestyle here, decide where you do it and you're free to do it. That's what them basically they do. Them push the abomination at the UN, which is the beast. So at the same time, it promised an internal review of the matter, that it would advise the public on the findings of the review and the remedial action to be taken. First of all, nobody not get catch. So then they just tell that to appease the public. Say, right, look, we'll do something about the problem, but we all know how them things they work out every time. He said, meanwhile, several groups have lashed out against the JFJ education program, describing it as a deliberate attempt to foster unhealthy sexual practices on vulnerable wards in children's homes. Exactly, because if this didn't want, then they know what they might do, because they never put this in a public school, because they know what would have happened. So them put it in basically the outcast of society. The one them will basically them do anything with you. And if you do any studies, you know say some of the most heinous crime will get committed or some experiment are usually children from children homes, yo. Them like Esau used to do experiment with certain children homes, like to test certain medication and human trials and all them things. They might want them use first, the outcast of society. They say among those voicing Among those voicing criticism was Jamaica Coalition for Healthy Society, which said it was incensed but not surprised at the unauthorized and unsolicited interventions of the JFJ and its partners, which they described as known advocates of harmful sexual behavior. The JFJ and the CVCC have evidently targeted our children to indoctrinate them about behaviors that are both harmful to the individual and society and are incapable of promoting healthy lifestyle. Because what them anal penetration unhealthy, man with man unhealthy, woman with woman unhealthy. If you're not unhealthy physically and mentally, yo. So basically, as where the Jamaica Coalition for a Healthy Society say, them basically them target the children them and indoctrinate them in a fuckery lifestyle. They said these are among the groups of the These are among the groups that simultaneously collaborate to engineer and attempt dismissal of Professor Brendan Bean from as head of chart based on his factual evidence about these very behaviors, the coalition said in a release. Basically, Brendan Bean, our man, will get fired from the University of the West Indies. Basically speak out and say, oh, well, he never really speak out, he just give facts. He just say, oh, HIV is more popular among homosexual males. He basically lose his job for that. So basically what I'm saying is, this is some program to basically try dismiss what I say because I'm promote it as something healthy. He said yesterday opposition spokeswoman of youth and culture, Olivia Bobbsey Gray, came down hard on the youth and culture minister Lisa Anna, who she said was out of touch with the happenings in her ministry and the agencies for which she had responsibility. Alright, so we're going to basically go to our next page and we'll read some comments of some other people. But we're not read all the comments, just some of them, right? Now we say, Mr. G, they say your response is hard, it's a hard sell. Basically, them whole apologizing thing. Basically, them say, oh, it's a hard sell. They say, your underwear started to show some time ago and now it's fully exposed due to your allegiance to financial bankers for your organization. So the reason why them push the agenda here are because them get funded by financial bankers. So in order to get the funds, they basically have to agree to certain terms and conditions and push a certain agenda. He said, were you not carrying out the agenda of your financial supporters? It is only the truth that shall set you free. So basically, this person say, oh, them know exactly where I'm going because by right, are the financial who come up with sustained development. The financial bankers the financial bankers basically own UN. So our next he say JJ he say who ultimately deliver the materials to the kids. I find it odd that we are only being made aware of this breach after the training had ended. So basically, you know, when this come out after the training ended, it's a 1 year program, and basically when the program up, then they come out. That means they them achieve them goal. They say it began in October last year and ended last month. Why was the CDA not aware? He said, I don't care about the argument that they were not made aware. They ought to have made themselves aware. After all, they are responsible for providing oversight to the children's homes. Right? This yeah, it's a prostitute. He said, so if I commit a murder, then admit to it. I will not be charged or face any consequence. And when since innocent children or orphans are marginalized and placed in the same group of homosexuals, sex workers, people who use drugs and ex-prisoners. Exactly. The mere thought of using orphanages because they are a minority contradicts the literal meaning of JFJ because them say Jamaica for justice. Basically, not justice get put out right here, so. So who are enabling these people? Who are enabling these people? Why do they have so much influence on our government? They should change their name to reflect their real agenda. Exactly. I'm not sure I say, oh, this not really come from the government itself, but it is an agenda from it's an outside it's an external influence. Alright, find the next one. This I find out. I say, oh, this is a Tiger Lily. It said the apology is not accepted. It is fake and should be thrown in the utmost reaches of the universe. The implementation of this course was an intentional and deliberate act to inculcate the minds of our defenseless minors into thinking things they, at this point in their lives, do not need to know. Exactly, because what they don't need, what them supposed to know about the laws and statutes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because them are the true biblical Israelites of the tribe of Benjamin, predominantly in Jamaica, right? Them don't need to know all of this shit. Them supposed to know say kill people, or do basically do anal penetration, homosexuality, anal penetration and things like that, yo. The abominations, yo. Them supposed to know so to get rid of that instead of learn how to accept it. He said, you have all succeeded in the agenda you wish to achieve when this program was started 8 months ago. I am not fooled. I know someone high up in organization must have known what was being taught and decided it was okay to present it as is. Exactly. Tolerance is one thing, but my goodness, for what you have done and failed to let the public know, you as an organization have aligned yourselves not for Jamaicans but against them. Exactly. Because on a for them agenda them a push, yo. On a for them agenda, them basically a push what the UN give them. Under the UNJ DP, yo, UN Jamaica, United Nations Jamaica Development Project, yo. That's where all of this come from. And basically them a push that agenda, yo, and a sustained development. So we'll just read through scripture. It's Revelation 17 and verse 1. It said, there came one of the 7 angels which had 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth had committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunken with the wine of her fornication. Exactly. Verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple, scarlet colored, and decked with gold, precious stones, pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was written a name, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So basically, this is speak about America, yo. That's why when I say, yo, decked with purple, scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and all that, basically, I show the beauty what America did have. Basically, I'm going to lose that beauty now, but there are a whole lot of people still look up to America because they consider it to be a glorious place. But it's a place full of abomination, yo, and filthiness. Basically, democracy, yo, do what thou will. Everybody have rights. All of that, yo. That's why I fornication where all of the nations drink from. But the most I basically, I go burn that shit up, yo. That's why the missiles them all fall. Purge this earth. And we're going to this is verse 15. He said unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples, multitudes, and nations, and tongues. Exactly. And which is America, who basically has spread democracy throughout the whole entire world. He said, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall eat the whore, and shall make her desolate, naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Speaking about native return on America. So for the Most High put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth, which is currently America, yo. Revelation 18, verse 2, it says, and he cried, verse 1, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. Salakia. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen and become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunken of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich to the abundance of her delicacies. Salakia. So basically, this is why the Most High will destroy this here, because of this wicked philosophy we get pushed out there, yo, and this is one way it get done. Through policies and them laws, yo. They all do what thou will, the abomination of her fornication, yo. Verse 4, and I heard the voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, and be not partakers of her sin, that ye receive not of her plagues. So basically, we are basically the elect, the true people of the Most High, the men of the Lord. Basically, I will cry to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. We are saying cry for all of them abominations here. That's how we are come out of our area. We are follow the scriptures and amend the scriptures and try to follow them to the best of our ability. And basically cry upon Yahweh Hashem Yahshua to get we out of this system. That's how we come out of her. But basically 2/3 not going to do that, yo. 2/3 not going to do that. So this shows say wickedness and increase, yo, because verse 5 says, and for her sin have reached unto heaven, and the Most High had remembered her iniquities. So basically the Most High has seen this, yo, and the more this are going to think it will get worse and worse, and the Most High just destroy the time. This shows say the end is near, and the Most High about to clean up this society, yo. All of this will get thrown out, and a righteous kingdom about to get set up, because every day just get worse and worse and wickeder, yo. So with that, hope the brothers were edified. I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. Double honors to the elders of James Great Stone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways, speaking this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.